What's up, everyone? Lance Hedrick here, and we are on another Unfiltered Live. Now, today we're going to take a look at, well, wrong way, the WPM Primus. So, I got this in the mail just the other day, and I decided, new year, new brew, new. I don't remember what I was going to say, but what was it? Brew year. That's it. Brew year. With the happy brew years, we're going to start something new on this channel. What I'm going to do is whenever I get a new piece of equipment in, I'm first going to come on here and we're going to do kind of a first look. All right. So this will be, I want people to understand, I'll probably just make this disclaimer every time I do one of these just to be extra clear. But whenever I do one of these first looks, I need it to be very clear to people that it is a first look. I have not yet used this machine, so what I say in this video is strictly based off first look. I've not looked at a manual. I've not seen any other videos on this. I don't know how it works, all right? So I'm going to go through it first look. That's what's going to happen. I still have it gross. I have a cappuccino sitting out from filming earlier. Let me toss that. That's gross. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're doing Brew Year, Brew Me, a new brew series on here, and is going to be first looks. So this way, people can at least get some sort of an immediate kind of overlook or overview of a machine right when it comes out or right when I get it. That way, I can kind of have an early look at something publicly without it being my final say. And then I will continually work on, said review when I do a full polish review later. And that's obviously where my full thoughts will come out. So like, for instance, I've had the Winduggy for a year. A year ago, I could have done a first look and then waited a year or however long I was going to take in order to do my review with all the necessary use cases, repetitions with the machine. All of that being said, this is the first one in that series. I'll probably make a playlist of first looks. I think that'll be a nice little touch. But let's take a look at the WPM Primus. So this is low quality production, all right? So let's keep that in mind. I'm on my laptop. I don't have Ugo here. I don't have my nice cameras. I do have my nice audio, so you can... Very nice. I could do ASMR on this probably. But we're going to be using my laptop camera. So it's not going to be perfect. This is strictly to be like those of you who are impatient, want to see things right when they come out. Like, for instance, I recently got the King Grinder K7. Maybe we do an unfiltered on just the King Grinder K7. Maybe we do an unfiltered on the A4Z from Themo Book. Maybe we do an unfiltered on Chongus over here. The 01. The Lagome 01, which I just got in the mail today. So these are all things that are contenders for this unfiltered series. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing here. That way we have a little bit of community. People can even put as comments, like during the chat, you can put things that you think I need to be making sure I'm paying attention to when I do my review, things like that. There could be people who already have the machine that could talk in the chat. I just think it's a better, more interactive way of approaching a machine, right? And that way I get my first uses unadulterated or unaffected by the noise. Okay, that's it. So big Chongus, we got the Chongus over there. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So love it or hate it, that's what's happening. So first things first, we've got the Primus sitting right there. Now I'll probably be using it from here because if I put it on the front table, maybe I got a better idea. I'm going to resituate the laptop a little further back. I do things kind of janky up in here. What we're going to do is I'm going to get, I think, one of the boxes where my Fama Velox is inside of. Yes, I got my Fama Velox in, but it's still boxed up. I'm going to get that, and I'm going to stack another box on top, put the laptop further back, and then I can use the front table for this. This is a learning thing. This is a learning thing. Okay, so let's do that. Let me get this box ready. Okay. This is a heavy box. All right, there's that. And then we'll put the WPM box there. And then we'll go there. Okay, that opens us up a bit more. Okay, yeah, like that. And then okay. Would it be miserable for you all if I did it a side angle? Because that's a lot easier for me. Is that miserable? Is that miserable? Tell me yes or no. We're learning together. This is an important learning session. This is much easier for me, obviously, so I can be like this. No, it's all good. Side is fine. Good. All right. So if you see, I just got done with the Winduggy review. Winduggy's literally sitting right there. It's got a kettle on top. We're super professional here. This is unfiltered though, baby. This is how we do it. All right. So let's get this all going. Let me take this a little bit more out of frame. Let's move the computer a little bit more over here. I think we're good there. Boom. I think this is good. Yeah, the sound is here. So I'll try to be mindful of that, speaking into the microphone. All right. So here we have it. No instruction. We're just going to go straight into this. So I'm going to go ahead and get the plug. Come on. There we go. I'm going to get some power, which I got a power cord down here. I got power everywhere up in here. All right. And then I already have, so when this arrives, you have this water tank not connected. You also get a tube where you can plumb it in as well. I don't have it plugged in, obviously. I'm just going straight to the water tank. So I do really like that it's a water tank outside of the machine, because that allows you the capability of not having a even larger machine with a water tank inside. It has an exterior water tank that you can just remove if you decide to plumb it in. I think that is... I think that's great. Yes, WPM is a Chinese company. Very high quality, really nice quality equipment that they've put out. I mean, it's fantastic. I was actually reading a comment on one of Tom's videos, Tom's Coffee Corner. There's an engineer, a German engineer in the comments, who says that now he respects Chinese engineering overall because there was this obsession with perfect engineering that's been lost in a lot of Western worlds, and it's kind of a newly discovered passion, I guess, in Chinese engineering. And there's also this saying that if you pay cheap, you're going to get cheap. If you pay expensive, you're going to get expensive when it comes to that. So let's all keep that in mind as we go through this. No xenophobia. Chinese make incredible things, and this is, I'm assuming this will be built really well. The Winduggy is built incredibly well. I just filmed a video on it today, and you'll see it soon. But anyway, let's go forward with this demo. So we're going to take the water. I'm not plumbing it in right now, though I could. I do have the capability of plumbing in. I don't want to. I just don't feel like it. So let's get some water. Give me a second. You know what? Real quick, as we continue going on, this video is brought to you by Airtime. Airtime is an incredible online resource you can use if you are someone that has a lot of online meetings. Like for me, this morning I woke up, got out of bed, and I had a Zoom. But guess what I could do with that Zoom early in the morning? I could make it fun. And you're going, Lance, what is Airtime? Well, not only is Airtime an incredible company that sponsors this channel, and one of the people that started it is a huge fan of Lance Hedrick, of like my main channel, which is awesome. But it's what gives me these cool things like this. Like here, oh, well, screen share unavailable because I don't have a screen in there. But I could, oh, look at this. We're in freaking, that's fun. But anyway, you can set up, I just can't do it, Captain. I do have the power. Name that movie. You're a real one if you can. But we got little fun gifts that we can do. Like if you need to step away from your meeting for a second, you can be like, hey, I'm Burman. You can do, even that Burman is cool. Or you can be like, hey, I got to run out. I got to brew something tasty while you're all having your meeting on this Zoom or this Google Meets. Wherever you can put in a camera, Ace Ventura, you know it. Then we have soup time, of course. But this is the one I wanted to design. So they designed all these for me. And guess what? I'm going to put a link down below after I publish the video, and you're going to be able to download these as well if you get onto that Airtime Life. So thank you, Airtime, for sponsoring this. Make any meeting fun, any online interaction fun, and it makes these more fun as well for me. I love it. I think it's fun. We have my personalized little logo up in the top. But anyway, because I'm getting kind of close, I'm going to turn off the border just to make it a little easier. So thank you, Airtime. Now, while I fill some water, I'm gonna do this. Do 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 Okay, so we've got water going, and Superman is back. All right, Superman is back. All right, let's toss some water in here. There are cute little suction cups on the bottom of that water tank, so it won't move. Now, there is enough line that if you have like a hole in your cabinet, you can put like for instance, if I were to put the machine back here, I've got a hole at the back of the cabinet, and I could store the water tank down here, out of sight, out of mind. Beautiful. Gotta love it. Anyway, we've now filled it. We've topped it off. Now let's turn this bad boy on. Now, again, I've not read anything, so I'm just figuring this out as we go. There is a button here, but here's a side button. Is my power strip on? Yes, it is. Oh, it turned it on. Okay. So there's a side button right down here that I clicked. It says preheating on the top. But there's a button right there I clicked, just so you all know what's going on. Here, we'll leave it down like this so you get a little bit more view of the machine. The top says preheating. So you have this group head right here, and on the top there is an LCD screen, and literally the word preheating with a bar underneath it is up. I'm hearing pump. I'm hoping it's not an air-locked pump. We'll see, though. So we're letting this go. So there is no knob. There is no switch for steam. There's just a button right here. And then there's a button to turn on and off the machine. And then I guess the rest is controlled with the switch here, which goes off is to the middle, and then to the side is on. And I believe you can profile with the switch, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, pump is off, so it's not airlocked. Good. That was actually drawing in water. In fact, I could have just looked at the water going down. Duh, it was drawing in water. But yeah, so it's preheating right now inside of it. Now, while it's going, I am actually going to pull out the instruction manual because I know nothing about this machine. So let's get my face back on it. Only because the only way to know what the heating element is to open it up, right? I can't tell you if it's a boiler or if it's a thermoblock or a thermocoil. I don't know that because I literally don't know anything about this machine. I had lots of people saying, are you going to get the Primus? You're going to get the Primus. So guess what? Daddy got the Primus. So I know nothing about this. Okay. So yes, it comes with a Portafilter. I have all the stuff off to the side somewhere. I don't care about it. It's 58 millimeters, so I'll put something else in it. Let's see. So manual mode, manual brewing coffee using the brew paddle. Okay. Semi-auto mode, brew the coffee using a maximum of 4 stages of pressure settings. Okay, some steam just came out the bottom. That's cute. That's cute. Really nice. I'm in constant pressure mode, auto mode, to the program pressure and time profile, library view, history view setting. Okay. We'll figure it out when we turn it on. I want to learn about what's inside the machine because I do not know. I assume it's a boiler. Someone can tell me. LCD would be better vertical, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it could be, but honestly, when you're on the machine, like right here's kind of nice as opposed to like this, right? Kind of, hey, we have 142 viewers and 28 likes. Fix it, okay? Fix it. Now, someone tell me if this is a freaking boiler or not. I imagine it's a boiler because it had to fill, and I heard it filling, so I know it's a boiler. What is a boiler made of, I should ask? I know it's a boiler. You wouldn't fill a freaking thermoblock or thermocoil, so it's a boiler. I got to imagine it's stainless steel. Maybe we'll open it up near the end. I've already heated it up, so I'm not going to open it up right now, but is everyone as tall as you? No, but this is a tall as heck counter. So just so you all know, this is not a normal counter. I am 6'2". I am like 180 something centimeters, and this is to my waist. This is not a normal size counter. So no, this is not really tall. I think on a normal size counter, people would be fine. I custom built this bar to my height so that it would be more normal for me. I don't like bending down, right? So 182 centimeters. It is proprietary Portafilter, but you can still use all your 58 mil. Oh, it's proprietary. Oh, so I have to use theirs? Really? Really? Ew. What's that from? Someone tell me what that's from. Really? Ew. Okay. Let's see. Canal. You son of a gun. You gum-sucking pig. Oh! Okay, the Breville one sort of fits. Let me put a basket in it and see if the Breville one. This one's compatible with Breville. Let's see if this fits. Where's just a freaking basket? Here's a freaking basket. It's still preheating, FYI. Okay, Breville one's too loose. All right, that doesn't work. Dang, if I have to use their stupid split shot portafilter, I'm gonna be a little TO'd. Let's see if the Weber unifilter fits. No. Elite. No. Why do they do this? La Marzocco, it's not going to fit, I can tell you, but I'll grab one. Here's a La Marzocco. Nope. Doesn't fit. What? Listen, the only reason to do a 58 millimeter group head is so it's compatible with all the other 58 millimeter everything. The only reason. Literally, that is the only reason, is the ubiquity of 58 millimeter. This is still preheating, by the way. Okay. That's the only reason to do 58 millimeter. So I don't get it. That makes zilcho senso to meo. If you're going to make a random size, do a smaller one. Okay. Save us all a bit of beans. Make us all have better coffee. Do a smaller portafilter. This makes no sense. Let's get over that. Now I've got to go find this 58 millimeter. That's probably in the box still. Oh no, which means it's inside of the box that the laptop's sitting on top of. Is this a joke? Are you all in a joke against me? Zut alors. Hold up the stock portafilter. Let me go find it. This is very annoying. Each producer has its own portafilter. I know. It's like, what the heck? I guess some marketing type had to justify their job. Yeah, pack it back up. Honestly, it's like, and it's still preheating. You know, I don't want to count it out. Maybe it's because this was in my cold studio and it's the first time I've turned it on. First time I put water in it. It could be taking a while to heat up, but I'm just trying to give benefit of the doubt. Okay, I do need to open up the box the computer's on top of, but maybe I can get to it without moving the laptop. Aha, I can. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. Here we go. We have 55 likes and 164 viewers. I'm telling you, I'm doing this all. Listen, my throat is scratchy. I am still not fully healthy, and I'm doing this. And even if you don't like me, 164 of you are watching. Hit the like. It's very easy. Okay. All right. So here we are. This is. I don't want to deal with the freaking spout. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, and that's the big difference. The ears on them much smaller. Let's put the white background. Smaller. You see how much smaller it is than the La Marzocco? Like top to bottom. In fact, here. Top to bottom, this one is 24.5. Top to bottom, this one is 28.6. So 4 millimeters. Hot diggity dang. That is a difference. That's a choice. You know what I'm saying? That's a freaking choice. That's a choice they made. Now let's just see. So it's not bottomless, which means unless they may sell bottomless, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. That's why this is the unfiltered. I'm not giving an actual review. This is ready, by the way. I'm not giving a review here. I've not done my research. This is just me going into it, raw dogging it. All right. This is like going on an airplane with no phone, no screen, no music. We're raw dogging this. All right. Which will definitely put me on a lot of companies' poo-poo list, but it is what it is. All right, so normal baskets do fit. Does it still fit in here with a normal basket? Yes. So regular baskets fit. Let's see if like the Weber fits. Well, let's take out the spring to see if with a proper spring it fits. I would imagine it does, but let's just be safe and check. This is a normal Weber, I think 20 gram. This is the 20 grammer. See, like even this, I think these will be helpful because even this is a turnoff for some people. And instead of waiting 3-4 months for my review where you were like, I might want it, maybe this is enough for you to know you maybe don't want it. Or maybe it's piquing your interest and you didn't know you might want it and you're waiting for the review. You see what I'm saying? So I think these will be helpful. I can't get this son of a gun out. This is a thick old spring, baby. That is a spring that's like, I'm here to play ball, dude. This spring is here to mess my life up. This spring says, dude, you don't know what the frick you're doing. You need something thinner than that, is what it's telling me. So we're playing ball now. We're playing ball now. I got a little baby. Oh my goodness. I have a tiny little flathead, and it's still not getting behind that spring. You son. You scum-sucking pig. You son of a motherless goat. There. That is the thickest Portafilter spring I have ever seen in my freaking life. Oh my Lanta. Let me just show you the diffie here. Normal one? Oh, this is in inches. That's why it was so much different. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Okay. Normal one is 1.3 millimeter. This Chongus, 1.8. Think about that percentage-wise between the two. I know, you're like, it's half a millimeter, Lance. Chill out. Half a millimeter when it's 1.3 to 1.8 is a big, big difference. That is freaking... That's not playing games, guys. That is thick, dude. All right, sorry. Little side thing. Okay, so the Weber will fit in there, but let's see if it fits in here with the Weber in. Yes, okay, so Unifilter fits. You need to get a different spring that's not, 47 inches wide, but it does fit. It does fit. It's good. Good God, this thing's like, you have like world's strongest man to bend this. Yeesh! Okay, we got that back in. All right, that's in. Obviously, though, this means no step down unless you have a Portafilter with a bottomless. Okay, so no bottomless here. Let's get this back in the Walmarts. So I lose these spring clips all the time. Good thing I have like 50,000 Portafilters. It's okie dokie, artichoke. All right. Let me get some water. I'm sorry. That was the perfect time to show you my unicorn. Okay. Okay. Let's go. All right. So, WPM sells you an extra bottomless for 52 euros. Okay. I'm down for that. 50. That's not great, but it is what it is. They really want to make sure the basket doesn't fall out. I know with that thick thing, it'll never bend though. It'll never like give out is what I'm saying. Maybe the Argos Portafilter, we can see. I think the Argos is just a typical E61, to be honest. I've put many other Portafilters in my Argos, so I think that's wrong, but actually I know it is. Argos Portafilter, I can fit other Portafilters in it. I've used like I think, am I going crazy? I don't know where the fruit cake it is. Oh, you know what? Let's see if this works. No, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That isn't going to. Catherine Zeta-Jones. She dips below the lasers. Whoa. I'm sure you said it was propriety in your video. Oh, maybe it is. I don't remember. I've not used Argos in a bit because the boiler's messed up and I still haven't fixed it. It's been like 8 months. So I don't know where the Portafilter is for it, to be completely honest with you. Anyway, so on here, this is going to be really, really bad, and I apologize for it, but we're working with the laptop. Okay, let's get the glare away. Okay, so this is what we got working with us. This is really hard. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's what we got on the top display. Sorry it's not perfect, but that's what we're working with, okay? Y'all got that in your mind? Okay. You got that in your mind's eye. You can go back and like pause it or something, screenshot it. Okay. So I'm going to hit manual, see what happens. Okay, so as I move it up and down, it shows target bar, and it's completely correlated with the movement of this paddle. And we can get all the way down to, I'm at I was at 0.2 bar before it shut off. So it's correlated all the way up to 9 bar and all the way back down with this paddle action, just like a Sanremo U. So identical. And that is definitely a gear pump inside, not a vibratory pump. Okay, so that is a good thing. Lance's feet. Oh, did you see my feet? Whoopsies. Sorry about my feetsies. I'm always barefoot. Oopsies. Sorry. God, get over it, you freaks. Freaks. Okay, so that's what you can do with this. It's just like the Sanremo U. You go big, you go small, gear pump inside. That's why it sounds cool. I think there's like noise suppression that might be going on, but let's see if you can hear it. It's at 9. And you go down till it clicks. Okay. And then you can save that profile, or we can go next. Okay. So with that, let's go back to the menu, which is the top button there. We'll go to semi-auto. And it says sequence. Oh, you can do a four-part sequence. I'll show you what that looks like, and you'll have to see my dogs again. Make sure you put a tip, a super thanks. So that's what the sequence looks like, and you could be like, I want 1 bar, then 8 bar, then 6 bar, and then I want 10 bar, something like that. So sequence, you can do it, and then I guess you hit save. I don't know how it does it break. I don't know how it breaks down time wise and amount wise, but let's just see. Pre-infusion, it shows 0. Oh, current bar. So it does show back pressure, not target. Flow rate's 3.4 mils a second. Oh, you can click to jump to the next phase. Okay. So it's, okay. So semi-manual, you preset 4 different pressures. And when you want to jump to the next pressure, you tap the screen. It says tap for next stage. So essentially you could start it at 9 bar. And when you're ready to switch, you tap it and it'll switch to 3 bar or whatever you have set for your 4 pressures. So it's semi-manual. So it's partially automatic. So it's presetting the 4 pressures. That way you don't have to go like 9, 3 and try to guess where you're at. It'll automatically change the faux OPV for you, the faux PV, as I like to call it. Then we have auto, and with auto, it's giving me pre-infusion, and I can change the time, and I can change the milliliters. So milliliters for pre-infusion, I can go up to 30, and time, I can go up to 30. So pre-infusion, I can change milliliters for every one, and time every 1 per second. Then there's a pause you can set in, and the pause goes up to 30 seconds. So I can do a 30-second pre-infusion, 30-second pause, or a 1-second pre-infusion, 30-second pause, whatever. Then you click over, and then it has, you can do the bar of pressure, which is a flat bar of pressure, and you can do how much time for that bar of pressure, and it's a scrolly wheel. And then you go over, so I have 7 bar for 14 seconds. And then it says preset 1 PHRS 14 seconds. Oh, 1 set, 1 PHRS. Anyway, so it's okay. You get to set pre-infusion and then your flat bar of pressure and then the time. So obviously no weight, there's no scale or anything like that. Then we could click save. Hot water dispensing. Oh, so there's a hot water. There's a little bit phallic. Fouls in the chalice. What can I say? So you have a hot water drop that you can dispense hot water. The middle button is save on here, and then you have the button to start the shot. Let's go back. So we've done manual, semi-auto, and auto. Let's see constant. That's going to be easy. How many seconds and how many bar? That's easy. Then we go to the library. And in here we have classic espresso, E61 curve, ramp down, S shot, lever machine, and turbo shot. Let's see what lever machine shows. Okay, so lever machine, it shows a proper lever profile. Okay, we see that? Okay. So it shows a proper lever profile. Not quite sure how you're able to get that. I don't know how you could program that. Maybe that's something I'll learn from my main review, but what's S shot? I don't know what S shot is. So it's 3 bar, goes up to 9 and comes kind of down and stops at about 6. Slayer shot, maybe? Is that what that means? Slayer shot, S shot, maybe? Right now. Maybe they couldn't use the word Slayer. Ramp down. Okay. Okay. And so that's library. Then we have history, and it shows the ones that I've pulled. Settings, machine setting, paddle instant brew, reset. Oh, paddle instant brew. Selected profile, semi-manual VPS, manual VPS, constant pressure. I want it manual VPS for this, right? Oh, you know what? You can set your own profile and then save it, and that's probably how you could get that lever style, right? That's probably what you could do. All right, so let's pull a shot, and then I'll turn the machine off, and we'll open it up. Maybe I'll just save that for the video. That's going to be a lot of work to open it up with it this hot. And I burned my hand earlier because I was an idiot. And normally I would film the internals before doing a full review with the Windoji. I just went straight to filming it. So it was burning hot. And at the end is when I took it apart. And I was like, screw it. We're just going to do it while it's hot. And I burned my finger. Wait, you can't see it. It's got a little burn on it. It hurts. It's sensitive. Someone super chat me $20 so I can go get cream for it. Just kidding. Okay, so move back to original position. Sorry, machine. Jesus. Okay, and we'll go back to the main screen. And then, you can also just tap the temperature. That's nice. And it goes straight to changing temp. And we can go down to 70. You can go down to 70 degrees. Let's go to 88. Save. And then, let's check out the steam. Oh, that's a vibratory pump. That's okay. So they may have a thermal block for the steam wand or something, because you wouldn't need a vibratory pump if it were a steam boiler. So it's definitely not two boilers inside. I'm doing all this based off of deduction. Okay. Obviously, it is a boiler for the group head because it filled up the boiler at the beginning. That's obvious. So the pump filled up the boiler at the beginning. There's a boiler for the group head. There's obviously a vibratory, and there's a gear pump for the brew boiler. There's obviously a vibratory pump for the steam one, which means it needs to be pumping water through. It's not based off of steam being pressurized inside of a separate boiler. And it's also not a heat exchanger because we're not having to it's obviously not a heat exchanger because it would also be at steam pressure. It's also not a single boiler where the steam's coming out of it because we don't have to superheat the group head. So it's got to be either a flow-through heater or it's a thermoblock style thing. So either like a thermocoil, thermoblock, something like that. Not sure which one it is, to be honest with you. But anyway, so when you click that, you hear the bin, 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 When my voice is scratchy, I can do that. Okay. Need some water. All right. So PF isn't even a good mic. You're right. It kind of ruined my beatbox. All right. So let's pull a Saka shot lever style. We'll do it manually. We'll just do it manually. And I'm going to try to set up a mirror so that y'all can kind of see what's going on. Let's see. Heck yeah. We'll have to move the steam wand. And I'll set this mirror up so that maybe y'all can kind of see what's going on. Why is this so hard? Ha! There we are. Okay. Well, that means the espresso is going to fall right on the screen. YOLO. Anyway, let me get the shot prepared. 88 and manual ride this bad boy. We're going to put that straight up. Best way to spritz up your life. All right, so we've got to get a basket in here. Here's a basket. Say la vie, say la don't. Oh, wait, you can't even see it. It's on a naked portafilter. What's the point in having this? God, that ticks me off. It's not naked. We like nudity with our portafilters. Okay. But naked portafilters are liars sometimes. We don't get them because they tell us things. We get them because they're fun and pretty. Okay. Even if it's ugly, it's still pretty. You can't tell me a crazy squirting shot that's rage bait for other people to say, help me. Does anyone else not upset about that shot? Go look at my meticulous review. And I pulled like a soup style shot and things are going everywhere. Go look at the comments about that. Anyone else not upset about that shot that looks awful? That's why we use naked portafilters, to rage bait. All right. Sweet Saka sent me some new crema bar, so I'm going to brew that up. Sweetie. Okay. Grinding it up on my Coffeetech Monolith Max 3 with SSW burrs. That is my dark roast lovely setup. But it's also good with light roast and medium roast. For espresso, for like trad style espresso. Def my favorite of the shuriken burrs for spro, for any roast color. De-static that ish. Let's see if we can get this. Nope, didn't work. Thought the magnet was going to be strong enough to just catch it midair. Ring a little bell for you when I wake up. Before I put on my makeup, say a little prayer for you. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Say a little prayer for you. Let's get bougie with it. Okay. Mm-hmm. My body lies over the ocean. All right, so I am going to be manually, you know what, maybe we get a little bit of the manual, the paddle in there. That gives you a little bit of both, okay? So we're going to just start. It's on the main menu, but if I start, in theory, it should just start. So let's see. Yep. So I'm going full bore ahead, but I can't see if that bottom puck is saturating. I'm going to go all the way down to like 2 bar. There we come, there we come, there we come. And then I'm going to crank it back up till like 8. I'm going to slowly cascade down. There we go. All right. So the grind was a little coarse, just a smidgen. That was a 23-second shot, 44 out on a 20-gram dose. That's more than I tend to enjoy, but not bad. I was doing my shots with a step-down basket earlier, so switching to a normal trad basket. I knew I went a little finer, but I knew it'd need to be even finer than that, and I just didn't go fine enough. But anyway, I have a profile on here now that goes high, down, up, and then cascades down. I could save it and call it like Tutti Booty, Tutti Fruity. Tutti Fruity. That's what I'm going to call it, even though this is not a fruity shot. Save. Now it's saved to library as Tutti Fruity. Now I can go to my library, and it's the final one. It goes lever machine, turbo shot, Tutti Fruity. Okay, let's get this out of my face. So I'll do one sip, but peeps, it's 9:30 here, so I don't want to be up all night. It's a good shot of espresso. Gear pump, though, that is something a lot of people are hopefully not underestimating. This has a gear pump in it, which is great. It does have a boiler, so it takes a bit of time for preheating. I need to take a look on the inside, though, to truly understand how it's built, because right now it just looks like a really nice, high-quality box. Metal casing, and I've got to imagine the interior is pretty nice. You know, if it's just these 4 screws, maybe I will pull off. I think it's just these 6 screws on each side. So actually, we will. Let me be a little safe at least and turn it off and dump out this puck. And we'll do just a quick little look-see-pooski. Only if we get only if 30 more people like it right now. We're at 104. It's got to get at 134. I'm not doing crap. Is gear pump only about the low noise? No, it's about a smoother delivery of water to the puck itself as opposed to a vibratory pump. We've only got 1 light since I said 30 more. Y'all don't want me to open it. And guess what? I won't. Let's open the box to find a slightly smaller, more robust box inside. That would be hilarious. That would be funny. Hurry up and slam that like button, you nerds. Oh, we're at 121. I said 134. We have 10 more. 10 more. 10 more, you nerds. Gear pump also lets you meter how much water it pushes. Exactly. So it's much more accurate than a vibratory pump, which is, and excuse me for the vulgarity, but it does this like that. Okay. That wasn't me emulating a bunny rabbit. That was me emulating a vibratory pump with a piston. All right. We need 2 more likes. Mais dois. And then I'll go get. See, look how easy it was for y'all to like that. Look how easy that was. 137. You see how easy it is to hit the like button? Let that be a lesson. Okay. So I think this should do the job. This right here. Yes, and it fits. The little Torx screwdriver from the Decent does just the job. Perfect. I'm actually excited. I always love opening machines. And like, listen, when I opened the Wenduggy, I was very happy with how organized it was. There's not many things that make me more giddy than a really well-organized interior of a machine. I get really giddy. Like, really. That's like, you want to make Lance happy? Show him a well-organized interior. Like something like the Rancilio Silvia, freaking love it. Love the interior of a Silvia. I don't love the lack of freaking capabilities that Silvia has, but I sure do love that interior, baby. Mother, father. Cheese and rice. Okay. For the record, WPM is also the company whose milk pitcher I've used for years. So if you've admired my latte art ever, I don't really pour latte art anymore. I do like one a freaking year. It's WPM I use. So whenever you see this picture, it's got milk on it because I used it today in the Wenduggy video. That's WPM, same company. Fun fact. All right, we got one more. And then in theory, this should just pop right off. Okay. That is heavy. Holy shnikey. That's heavy duty. That's heavy duty. Okay. Wow. That's like freaking heck. That's some thick, you know what? That deserves to have a little measurement done. That's 1.7 millimeters. That junk's thick. Not as thick as the spring in their daggum Portafilter, but it's thick. That's thick. You can see the spray paint, though. See that? All right. Let's take a look-see. Okay. Oh, these things kind of pops out. Okay. Should I take off more, or is this good enough to just take a look-see? I think it's good enough to take a look-see. I don't feel like taking off more. I'm going to put these back. I think this is good enough. Okay, so I'm going to push the laptop back a bit to get a better view. I don't think this is live because Lead isn't reading chat. Guys, stop being freaking conspiracy theorists. Do you know how boring conspiracies are for the most part? Oh my God. This isn't live because he's not reading chat. Jesus Christ. Okay. That stuff annoys me. Are you a pick-me girl? Is that what you are? Read my comment. It's not live. Come on. All right. Man, this is hard for me. See, I may walk around. Nope, I still don't like that. It's just hard for me to see from this angle. Let me dump out this water. Okay. Let me move the Winduggy some more. Teach me how to Winduggy, Doug. Okay. All right. All right. You know what? It'd be smart to unplug it. I turned it off, but I never unplugged it. Don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Here we go. It's a little bit better. Hopefully, y'all can still kind of hear me. Put the mic over there. Okay. So let's take a look. Vertical boiler right here. So that's the brew boiler. And dang, they got some heck stuff going on the top. So we have thermoprobe here. We have, oh no, thermoprobe is here with the red. Sorry. That must be pressure. Pressure transducer, maybe? And it's kind of hard to see. This is definitely a thermoprobe here, though. Inside here is what, down there's the gear pump. Gear pump's down here. Okay. This, I bet this is the thermal block. And here's the vibratory pump. So I bet this is the thermal block inside of the styrofoam. It's looking like it. It's looking like that's the thermal block. This is definitely a stainless steel boiler, though, so that's nice. Then it looks like it's probably an aluminum coated aluminum. It's an aluminum thermal block with stainless steel lining. I've got to imagine that's what they all are. You don't have the stainless steel. Down here we have brass fittings with the OPV right there. Let's see. All right, so I'm trying to. Man, it's just so hard to see from. Okay, I'm gonna turn it more, and then when I figure out the internals, I'll turn it back to you. Okay, there we go. All right, here we are. Okay, so water's taken in from right there. Okay, it comes up into the vibratory pump, which pumps through the PTFE lining into the thermal block right here, goes into it. Then it comes out over here through that joint, through PTFE, and into, wait, PTFE goes here. Let's see. Yeah, on the braided. Cool. And then, okay. All right, so, okay, I've mapped it out now. And then comes down here. Well, let me map it. Sorry. So it splits off there, and this one comes through there, goes through the gear pump there, comes out of the gear pump through PTFE into here, comes down there, through there, into, that's a waste. Because that's OPV, duh. Okay. There. Okay. Sorry, just had to take a look-see. Had to take a look-see. All right, so now I'm going to try to do it from a front angle. This is going to be hard because I have to do the opposite with my hand. So, this is really hard. Back here, water is entering, obviously, from right here, right? Water into here, it goes into silicone tubes, and there is a splitter from the silicone tubes. And this is cold water going through silicone. So the cold water, I can't do it from this front like I thought I could. The cold water comes, and then it comes down into it comes up into the vibratory pump, which is right here, this blue covered thing, okay? So silicone tube into that. Then it goes through the vibratory pump, and it enters the thermal block right here. When it exits the thermal block, it goes through PTFE or Triton, or not Triton. I keep saying Triton. I did that in the Teflon. A PTFE right here. So steam comes through here and out through the steam one right there. So it's going through to PTFE. Now, I said this in my video today about the Winduggy, but I want to say it here as well for people who are watching. Oh, no, it's PTFE. Now, the only downside to PTFE is that it's not great over tons of uses, not because it's releasing forever chemicals, but because it kind of deforms a bit over time. So whenever you have massive pressure and temperature fluctuations, that's where it's not as ideal. Now you may be thinking, well, what about non-stick coatings and stuff? Yeah, that's experiencing much higher temperatures than what we're experiencing in an espresso machine. That being said, I would prefer to see stainless steel lines for the steam going to it for longevity purposes, cleanliness, everything. Now you might say, PTFE is clean. For those of you that actually know what's up about PTFE, yes, that is what is used in medical situations when they need the highest purity of sterility possible. PTFE is what is used. And it's used in a lot of things that a lot of you don't want to admit it's being used for that you're ingesting daily. It's fine. It goes up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit before there's any fear of anything really bad happening. Anyway, all that to say, I'm not trying to convince you one way or another. I'm just telling you the facts of what we know right now. So PTFE, I would prefer it there for it to be, honestly, stainless steel. Stainless steel is my baby. I'm not a big fan of copper. Copper's fine, and it does a good job. But when you're at these temperatures and stuff, over the years, if you're not taking care of your water, there is a lining on the copper in order to stop you from copper exposure. And that lining can deteriorate over years if you're not taking care of your water. And then you got to go in, get the copper out, get it relined. It's like a lot of trouble. Stainless steel, that's money in the bank. Shoddy, what you think? But PTFE, honestly, I might prefer it. For me, and copper, I don't know. I just like stainless steel. Okay. So that's our PTFE. Now down here, it goes through, you got OPV right here. Okay. That brass. Okay. So when you're coming through, it gets into the gear pump, and it also follows similar lines of PTFE in order to enter into the steam boiler, the brew boiler, which is right there. And then on this side, you can't see it. There's PTFE that delivers the water to the group head itself. So it is obviously not a saturated brew group. Well, it's not water saturated. It could be thermally saturated. I need to have a better look on the inside, but I'm not taking more off than just this. So that's what you got there. All gear pumps are rotary pumps, but not all rotary pumps are gear pumps. Correct. Aaron is correct there. If someone was arguing, don't argue with Aaron on something like that, because Aaron knows. 2 people in chat right now. I've not really seen many names, but if you have questions and someone is answered with the username Coffee Gear Lab or Dane's Specialty Coffee, I believe it is, safe to say you can believe them. Okay. I'm just saying. Oh, scheisse. Yeah, you can even out. So someone said that is one advantage of the quick mill, Luca. They have a quick mill pulsar that evens out the pulses of the vibratory pump. No matter how good it evens out the pulses, it's never going to match the even distribution of water, the even delivery of water of a gear pump or rotary pump, because it's still a jetting. So it helps reduce vibrations and it helps reduce some of the inconsistencies. But in reality, it's still not to that level. And of course, at the top of the level are pistons. Okay, pistons are daddy. Those are. All right, so I'm going to show you the other side now. So I'm going to go ahead and move this. This is a pain when you're just moving the machine around. They kind of have to carry the water with it. The other side's just the brains, baby. Now it looks like it's a freaking computer, eh? Does this just look like it's a computer? You know what I mean? Like it looks like almost like there's a fan down there, and they got the PCB and all the wires and crap. So that's what's going on this side. It is separated to the majority by a huge piece of stainless steel right here. So it is separated from any potential water exposure, steam exposure, et cetera, forever and amen. So it is separated really nicely. Obviously, conformal coating, I can even see it with the naked eye. So it's good to go regardless. But it's very easy to get in here, change things around. It's pretty well organized. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. Anyway. Sorry again about my voice, man. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for me for tonight. We're almost on an hour. I think we did enough of a first look. I'll do a full proper review. I'll route out better. It's a lot going on when I'm trying to focus on chat. I'm trying to look at here and route out everything, but I'll take more of it apart for the main review whenever I do get to that. But now there's something on the internet of the interior of the Primus, looking at how some of it works. I didn't do measurements. I didn't look at, how accurate everything is. But for now, this should satiate the appetite of some people until we get to a full review. Do not take away from this saying, oh, Lance loved the machine. Do not take away from this, Lance hated the machine. Do not take away from this anything other than first look. If you abuse this first video in the new first look series, I'm not going to do them. Okay. I want this to be a safe place where we can come together and I can just flippantly look at something. Okay. Do not draw any conclusions from this. Nothing. Nada.
At least not from me. Don't draw any Lance conclusions. If you see something and you want to say something, it is what it is. Only if it's objective. Okay. So the price of this, honestly, I don't know. Someone can look it up real quick. Someone can look that up. Is someone going to look it up? I'm waiting for someone to tell me how much. I think it's, oh no, I looked it up in Hong Kong dollars and it was equivalent to 1,500 US dollars. Someone's, oh wow, someone says 1,980 euros, 1,600 USD, 1,500 euros, more than 1,700, 2,000 euros. So it looks like it's somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 bucks, depending on where you're at in the world and currency, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't really know. It looks like it's kind of around that area. So it says 1,623 and 24 cents USD. I don't know. But it's something like that. Something in that range, something around the $2,000 price point. But when you think about it, it's hard to find something in this range that has a gear pump, all the pressure profiling, silence. But yeah, it does have a boiler that takes a little bit of time to heat up. It is well insulated and well built on the interiors. You do have to deal with PTFE unless you're like, if you're fine with that or not. So high pressure lines, it is PTFE. I don't see any, other than brass and stainless steel fittings, I don't see any stainless steel or copper lines. None of it. It's all PTFE and silicone for cold water or wastewater. But yeah, lots of brass and stainless steel fitting. There is one piece of plastic holding together right before the OPV, but that's holding in PTFE as it transfers. But that's for waste, it looks like as well. Yeah, that looks like it's waste. Anyway, I have to do a better look at it. But all the other fittings and everything else, really well built, really nicely put together. Double pump action. Yeah. Anyway. How responsive is the display? It's quite responsive. It's nice. Do you need a boiler if you already have an electric kettle? I'm not sure that makes sense. Lance, you need to get better. Hope you feel better. So thank you so much. I do want to get better. It's been like 12 days or something. Zip ties on cables. Zip ties on cables. I don't see any zip ties. Even if I did, I like zip ties. Yeah, there's some zip ties holding together wires, but I'm okay with that. That makes it cleaner. Actually, that's something I've praised other machines for doing. Oh, on your side. Yeah, zip ties. I like that. It holds things together. I would be ticked if they just let all the wires go crazy. Ooh, they're also labeled. That's really nice. Wow, I like that. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. They're all labeled. The wires are labeled. That's cute. Oh, you mean it's good. You like the zip ties. So the person was saying they liked the zip ties. That's good. Yeah, they're labels. So like this one says 4, 7, 5. They're like labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'll be able to, oh, and down here it says L out. Yeah, so a lot of these wires are labeled, which is really, really nice. Yeah, no one does labels. The Windogi has labels too, the Windogi. So it looks like Chinese engineering are taking a step forward and they're labeling wires. Can we get an amen to that? Italian engineers, where are our labels? I hate going blue and red because there are supposed to be certain standards for colors of wires, but they don't pay attention to them in Italian machines. It's like you have to just guess. You have to guess. But anyway, Chinese engineering is underrated. I agree. Is the outside made? So yes, it is. I already showed that. It's 1.8 or so millimeter thick. Oh, it could be like the Monty Python, the I don't know what they say. Knights who formerly say me. Okay, that is it for real. I need to go on vocal rest. Okay, because my throat is killing me. Any other like objective questions you have? I'm sure you can find it online, like how much it weighs, what all that stuff. But we did what we could in this video. My throat is killing me. I'm gonna go get some tea with. This would not be an S, that's for sure. I can tell you that right off the bat, it's not an S. Whether it's an A or B or C, I don't know yet. This isn't a review. So one more time before we close out, hit the subscribe button. Go check out Airtime with the link down below. I'll post after I upload this video fully. And make sure to hit the like button. You all rock. Thank you so much. I'm going to go on vocal rest now. Check out Airtime. Thank you, Airtime, for sponsoring. That's why we're going to be doing a lot of these. So go give business to Airtime because they're the ones making this possible. This channel doesn't make me any money, but they're sponsoring it, which means I have an incentive to do videos here. Okay. So, and you go and you're like, Lance is the best. We love Airtime because of Lance, Superman. And they're going to say, we want more videos, Lance. That's what we need. Okay. Love you all. Thank you very much. Go drink some tea with honey for me.